Hey, No Brains, No Headache listeners. You can find every episode on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Episodes are available to watch on YouTube, where you can subscribe, like, and comment on each episode. Make sure to follow No Brains, No Headache on your favorite social media platform for up-to-date news, clips, and poorly timed jokes. Now let's get into this week's episode.
No brains, no headache. That's the way I like it. Turn my worries into jokes. Set them on fire while we light it.
No Brains, No Headache podcast, episode 310, coming at you live right about now. Welcome to the show. We are very happy to be here. Damn glad to do so. I think we got a bit of a doozy lined up for you. I'm Jordan. I'm going to be your host today. Happy to be here. Damn glad to do so. Next to me, if you're watching on YouTube, is my co-host, confidant, longtime friend, fellow comedian, the very funny, the very talented, some people call him Ongo. It's Matt Cleary. Ongo, how we doing today?
If you can't tell, I'm remarkably sunburned.
I actually can't.
Well, it's 2 days, but I'm like, I used to look exactly like the wall behind me,
You
but
just
like
look
redder.
flush.
Yeah, it's turns out when you drink and sit on a boat for 9 hours in one day, you forget about sunscreen, and I'm burned all over.
Dude, I've been raw dogging the sun for a while now. It's like, oh, do you want to go sit by the pool? It's like absolutely normal person would apply sunblock. Me, I'm like, let's just grab a towel. Let's grab the speaker. Let's make sure all that's taken care of. You're not going to see me lather up in sunblock.
Yeah.
That's just not how I operate.
I'd have a real big bone to pick right now. I've been watching the first episode of like random dating shows, and like literally it's the first day. 30 dudes are in a house. They're meeting one girl. They meet her all at once, and like 6 hours into it, they have not like talked to her one-on-one. And there's one dude that's like, I could really see myself spending the rest of my life with this girl. And you're like, what?
It's a hell of a train they're running.
Yeah. I'm really falling for this girl. It's like, you don't know her last name.
You have yet to actually introduce yourself to her. Yeah, I on Saturday, it was August 8th, 8/8. So ESPN was running like the Ocho.
Oh, did you see Donkey Toss?
I didn't see, I don't know what Donkey Toss is. I didn't see that. But yeah, it's just a bunch of obscure sports. So that was like a majority of my entertainment on Saturday evening. And they had bare knuckle fist fighting, but on skates. Like it was just this little, like probably like 30 by 30 patch of ice. They had ice girls, like ring girls, skating around. It's like there's not much real estate to work with here, so at least they don't have to go very far, exert themselves too much. But then after that, it gets to two goalie hockey or whatever. Everybody's just dressed in goalie pads,
Like
and
Stuck
one of
on
them,
You, and they're
but like
twins.
like even the offensive players are all in goalie pads trying to like shoot with goalie sticks. It was a real shit show. But anyway, homeboy from Little Singles was on there. I can't remember his name, but like the main character dude, the glue to the operation.
From
whatever
what show?
His Little Singles.
Oh, John.
Sure, we'll go with John.
Yeah.
John was, one of the celebrity influencer people who was participating in two goalie hockey. And I remember from watching the first episode of Little Singles, similar to what you're saying, he doesn't like being picked up, right?
Yeah.
Can we both know that that's a fact? And then he immediately gets picked up like at the club. So he gets into a fight on ice, and then he gets thrown in the penalty box, right? And what does the ref do? Because he's like, he's got goalie pads on. It's kind of hard to get up as is. I can't imagine as a little person trying to get up as goalie pads. What does the referee do? It looks like he's just going to help him to his feet. But he goes the extra mile and picks him up and skates him all the way over to the penalty box. Yeah. And I was just like, and it was funny because I was like, I know for a fact this guy who I watched from one episode from a dating show about little people trying to date and bang, he doesn't like to be picked up, and he got picked up. And I couldn't really correlate. I couldn't, just relate it to anybody. Nobody else knew what I was talking about, but it was a moment there. It was kind of like Leonardo DiCaprio and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where he's like pointing at the screen. That was me. I was like, dude, he doesn't like to be picked up, and he's being picked up right now. So that was pretty much the highlight of my day. It gives you an idea of just how depressing my life is. So
Yeah, that's tough.
yeah, the dating shows. What were you watching, like The Bachelor or Bachelorette?
No, I was watching I watched the first episode of one of the seasons of Rock of Love with Brett Michaels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great show.
Yeah, or Flavor Flav.
Flavor of Love. That
Yeah.
one better.
Yeah.
Both pretty good. Flavor of Love way better.
Yeah, the Flavor of Love is so much more unhinged.
Yeah, there's just a lot of the characters are just a little bit more feisty, a little less reserved.
Either one of the show, it's just Brett Michaels or Flavor Flav giving 30 different girls syphilis. Like they end up just banging down on all of them, and then at the end of them, he picks one that's probably the best lay, and then after like a month and a half, it's like we decided to go our separate ways. It's like the show hasn't even come out yet, and you guys are already broken up.
Yeah, it hasn't even aired yet, and we're already experiencing that. Yeah, there's some other things I could say about that. I'm just gonna opt not to. Housekeeping, episode 310. Matt, maybe you've done this. You ever, gotten to maybe your work computer, perhaps personal computer, and you're just trying to log in and you accidentally type your password into the username slot?
I do it every morning. Yeah.
Has there ever been people around you or like behind you? Like, because when you type it into the username slot, it doesn't cover it up.
Yeah, it's a tough one to come back from. But there was one time that I was so ungodly hungover, and I was at my computer, and I'm like, oh, what's my code to get in my computer? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's my phone number. And I'm like, what's my phone number? And I had to look it up in my own phone to figure out what my actual phone number was.
So when you get really drunk and you get home and you can't remember your passcode to your key.
And then I just walk around the backyard and hope one of those doors is open, because I am not standing out there.
Just lay an elbow into one of your windows.
Yeah,
it's blame it on somebody else.
Yeah, I had a real doozy at work when I had to sign into something, and I already told you this, but the IT guy had control of my computer, and he's like, "Oh, what's your password? I'll type it in." And I was like, "No, it's fine. I'll type it in." He's like, "You can't. I have control of your computer." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Randy Travis 1 exclamation point."
It's the same thing as just typing it into like the username box, and like say you're working on a computer with someone and they're just kind of watching the screen, and it's just like Chad Billingsley 14 pound sign. It's just like your username is Chad Billingsley 14 pound sign. Like, damn it. Now I got to change my password.
Who's Chad Billingsley?
Or wait, Don Billingsley? Did I say Chad? Whatever. It's Don Billingsley, Booby Miles. Chad just fits. Chad fits the description pretty well, so that's why I went with Chad Billingsley. You knew what I was saying.
Chad Billingsley is a former NL All-Star in 2009 for the Philadelphia Phillies.
See, that's where I got mixed up.
Dodgers, actually.
Chad Billingsley.
Yeah, Jordan, Dodgers. Big baseball fan in 2009.
Don Billingsley, running back, Permian Panthers. His dad.
It'd be funny if you did make it Chad Billingsley, and you're like, "Oh, what's that from?" You're like, "Well, I thought it was the one from Friday Night Lights, and I got it wrong."
Turns out it was just a guy who's fourth on the depth chart for second base for the Dodgers in 2009. He batted
pretty
38.
Big baseball buff.
We'll talk about baseball a little bit later, but yeah, watch out for the typing the password into the username dilemma. Done it a couple times. It's hard to bounce back from, but life goes on.
I've been thinking about this for a bit. I think I want to have a magician in my friend group.
That's some thin ice you're skating on right there.
Like, I just want to have someone that can be like, show me a card trick. Cause I'm like the most easily entertained person on the planet. That like even the most like remotely low level magic trick, I'm like, oh my God, how did you do that? And it's like very basic. I want a magician in my friend group.
It's also great when somebody tries to whip out a card trick and they just mess it up.
Yeah,
They're like, wait, no, I give you 3 cards instead of 4. No, wait, it's 5. They have no idea what they're doing.
yeah, my buddy Brady in college, we would just make him do magic tricks at the table at parties, and we'd just have like 15 people around watching him, and then there would just be an eruption, mostly by black dudes that would be like, "Oh my God!" and you just slam something into the wall.
Just chug your vanilla Kharkov until you
Yeah.
pass out drunk. We've
Yeah,
all
that's
done it.
yeah, vanilla Kharkov. Yikes.
I don't know. The magician in the friend group. Like, what if you're out at, out and about, maybe talking to some ladies, and this dude pulls out a fake ear out of his pocket? That's detrimental to the entire group. You have the choice: defend your friend or act like you don't know him. So this guy carrying around a rubber ear and a gigantic nickel in his pocket.
Yep.
I don't know.
If anything, it makes me look better. So like the girls are gonna be like, that guy sucks. He's a magician. This ugly dude to the left, not a magician.
This ugly dude to the left, huge Randy Travis fan, therefore
Yeah.
huge turn on.
Yeah, exactly.
I got the other day. I was like playing some games, and then me and a friend were also playing side hands of poker. But it was poker where it was just like everybody was sitting on the couches and we were at the kitchen table, and so we're like, oh, should we get some poker hands going? And we did. It was hypothetical, so it was, you look at your cards and it was either check or bet, and like there was no money on the line. And so I wasn't really paying attention for a while, and then he like deals another hand, and I'm like, okay, pocket 7s, this is great. And then on the flop there's a 7. I'm like, okay, I have trip 7. So then I bet, and he's like, call. And then on the turn was the 7. I'm like, holy shit, I have quad 7s. So I go, I'm all in. And he's like, I call. And then an 8 comes out on the river, and there's an 8 on the flop. So we turn over. I have quad 7s. He has quad 8s. I was like, no way, dude. And he's like, I rigged the deck. How did you not notice that? And I was like, I'm sorry. I was paying attention to the other game we were playing, not so much the hypothetical poker game. So I mean, that's technically magician stuff right there.
Yeah, well, that kind of reminds me of like you being oblivious, but I went to this amateur independent wrestling event on Friday, and one of my buddies, we'll call him Dallas. I was like, I'll pick you up. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. And I had invited him to this weeks ago, and we had been talking about it all week. And I pick him up, and he's like, so we just going downtown or what? And I was like, no, we're going to this wrestling event. He's like, that's tonight? And I was like, what the fuck?
I mean, it was technically downtown.
Yeah, but like we had been talking about it like 6 hours before. It's like we're gonna meet here beforehand, and then we can have a couple casuals and then head over to the event. And he had absolutely no idea what I was picking him up for. And I'm like, this seems improbable.
Is it the same guy who you swore it was his house, and we went to that house and it was the wrong house? We just
Yeah, in my defense, it was a 50% chance I was at the wrong house. I just knew it was at the corner of this one.
It was one or the other. What if we pulled up to the YMCA?
Yeah. We pull into the Lutheran church and we're like, this is Dallas's house.
We're here and we're just parked out front of the Lutheran church.
Yeah,
that's
made that mistake before.
Well, walk over here then. Yeah, I probably would have went for a couple casuals with you back in my drinking days, but
it's been 15 days.
15 days into the cleanse. Really nothing to report. I mean, even as I was just walking up my stairs, prior to recording, I was like, I think I'm depressed. Is there any reason for me to be depressed? No. I don't consume the depressant anymore, but I'm still depressed.
Well, Brad Pitt, he just, I don't know why I said, hey, do you know Brad Pitt? Like it's an uncommon name.
Who's Red Pitt?
No, I don't. Can you refresh my memory? Yeah, have you ever heard of Jesus Christ? But Brad Pitt, he recently started drinking again after 7 years of not drinking. So if that's
He was
not your
off the
sign,
sauce for 7 years.
yep. If that's not your sign to get back on the wagon, I don't know what is.
I don't know. Usually, like, I do this thing where it's like, I'll find out who my true friends are. If they need me to be drinking around them, they're not my true friends. And I don't know if I could be any more wrong. Your true friend should like give you shit for not drinking and like call you a pussy. Cause then it's like, okay, like they actually care. Like I feel like if they're not giving you crap and kind of like peer pressuring, like it should be like best friend, like friend pressure, which is essentially peer pressure. But it's like if they're not pressuring you, are they your friends?
Yeah, actually, when my friends are around me and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm not drinking this month," I'm objectively just mad at them.
Well, and you should be.
Yeah, it's like, what am I supposed to do? Or it's
I
like when
would
we're at an
I would
event where,
ignore them until they get back on the sauce.
yeah, it's like, oh yeah, we're at this event and they need to sell at least $500 worth of booze, or we don't get to come back, and you're not drinking, so I have to get shit faced on a Wednesday night. Great.
Yeah. I'll be damned if I
Mhm.
don't take care of 1/5 of that tab myself.
And I did.
Keep them coming. Cleanse day 15. I don't know. There's really nothing to report on. Doesn't solve your problems.
All right. That's the end of housekeeping.
Let's get it on.
Okay. Let's party.
You've been following Sturgis at all?
No, I haven't been following Sturgis.
I don't know if it's just where like I live or not, but
Yeah, you're a lot closer to Sturgis than I am.
it's the biggest motorcycle rally in the country. I'm surprised you aren't getting hit up by it.
Okay, I will admit I've talked to it was just 2 people this last week. I got a phone call at work, and that guy happened to be living like near Spearfish, Black Hills, Rapid City, just in that area. And he was telling, he's like, "Oh yeah, Sturgis is going on, so I don't really want to go like towards Rapid City. Wherever he was located, he had to go
Yeah.
through Sturgis." And I was like, "Yeah, I wouldn't either." I also had another person who thought that South Dakota was North Dakota, and they're like, "Oh, Sturgis." I'm like, close,
Yeah.
but not quite. And it's funny, people think Sturgis is like Woodstock, where this large volume of people just congregate in one small town because somebody's like, "Isn't Sturgis only 25,000 people, yet they have millions of people come to this?" I was like, "Here's the deal. It is stretched out like along a highway because think about a motorcycle rally. Don't you want a little bit of space to like ride your motorcycle?" If everybody just congregated in this town of Sturgis, South Dakota for this motorcycle rally, I feel like it would just be a traffic jam, which it is. But like they didn't understand that it was like there's a campground here, a campground there, concert venue there. Like it's spread out. It's not all
Yeah.
centered
Well,
in Sturgis.
also, like Sturgis is a town of 7,000 people.
Is it? I don't know. Somebody tried
Yeah.
to give me 25,000. I was like, I don't know enough to debate you or call you on that. So like that sounds good to me.
Yeah, it's but I mean it is just like it's pretty much like a country music festival or like a Woodstock, but everyone goes to like this one area. And could you imagine being like you own like a sewing shop or something in Sturgis? You're like, wow, every business is gonna profit this week except for mine.
The sewing shop could do fine. A lot of leather.
Yeah,
A lot of
that was a bad
upholstery.
maybe like a custom bowling shop or something.
I would say the Lutheran church on the corner probably best just to cut service.
Yeah.
At that
Point, if you're the Lutheran church or any church, just Airbnb your church out for that weekend to bikers.
Or they like knowing like the Bible humpers, they would probably see it as an opportunity of like, let's spread the gospel. It's like, John's no longer with us. He tried to spread the gospel at the Sturgis motorcycle rally and almost immediately got shot.
Well, that's like the guy, actually, his name's John Shao. He went to North Sentinel Island. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's an uncontacted tribe island. He's like a dude from Missouri. goes all the way to India because he's like, I'm going to spread the book of God to all of these uncontacted tribe people. And he's like,
I'm
they're
gonna
going to be
stop you
very,
right there. If you're trying to contact an uncontacted tribe,
yeah. So
maybe you just think of that one through a little bit.
So he rowed a canoe to this island with a
If you have to ride
Bible.
a canoe there, maybe it's not for you.
Well, he got dropped off by like a fishing boat, rowed to the island with a Bible to spread the word of Jesus Christ, and they filled his body full of arrows. And then I'm pretty sure they ate him.
Well, that's the way he probably wanted to go.
Yeah, I'm here to speak about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and immediately 30 arrows just right into his torso.
What's that movie or TV show? You made a clip on our Instagram. Make sure you follow us. Where it's like Monday work days or whatever, and the
Oh
dude just
yeah,
gets
I have
littered
no
with,
idea what it's even from. He just gets shot by like 600 arrows.
or it's similar to like 300
Yeah,
when they send all the arrows and they're like fighting in the shade because there's so many arrows it just
yeah.
blocks the sun. I want to know, and I don't want to get too off subject here, but I want to know, the circumference of those shields that they used in 300. I don't know how you could possibly you crouch down. I want
Oh,
to. How
they're
did
like
somebody not get clipped?
they're like, oh, the guy did in his arm.
Oh, okay, one guy.
One guy out of 300 got nicked in the arm. But yeah, I understand your. I don't know,
But
like
also,
if
what kind of shields are they? I feel like the arrows were penetrating them at a pretty easy clip.
they penetrate, but they don't go all the way through because behind the shield there's like some leather, so there's like multiple
Oh.
layers. So it might go through the metal, but then it gets caught in the leather behind it. I learned all of this by watching the show Deadliest Warrior on Spike TV, and I really wish they would bring it back.
I don't know. I just feel like the blacksmith back in, what is it? Greece? What are they defending?
Sparta.
Oh yeah, Sparta.
What are the Spartans defending?
I forgot
Greece?
their name for a second. Gerard Butler. The blacksmith back in Sparta. They're gonna have a talking to. The arrow shouldn't be able to penetrate that well. What were we saying prior?
Okay, back before John Chow got just absolutely bamboozled with arrows when he tried to go. That's why religion shouldn't be in India. Okay, but you know what? Never mind.
We are all over
Sturgis.
the map right now.
Yeah.
We're in India, then we're Sturgis, then Sparta.
I have heard during the motorcycle rally, Sturgis is like the
nipple capital.
oh yeah, it is just freaking nipple everywhere. But
if you had a titty tassel shop in Sturgis, you are making bank right now
for 1 week of the year, and then you're gonna just be a ghost town.
Bingo.
Jordan's Titty Tassels is only open for 1 week a year.
Gotta size you up.
The other weeks we Airbnb it to degenerate gamblers. But here's some stats about the Sturgis rally the first day. So Saturday from 6 a.m. to Sunday from 6 a.m.
Okay.
There were 21 DUI arrests, 32 misdemeanor drug arrests, 14 felony drug arrests, 37 custodial arrests, which I'm pretty sure is the drunk tank, 260 citations, 713 warnings, 4 non-injury crashes, 7 injury crashes, and 1 fatal crash in 24 hours.
There are going to be some quotas filled. I saw an Instagram reel of some bros walking like through downtown Sturgis, if there is such a thing. I don't know, the main drag. And they just looked out of place, and homeboy had a 6-pack of Kona Big Wave glass bottles.
Oh, I did see that.
And
his
like
friend got arrested.
Yeah, the one cop was just like, he had an open glass bottle and then a 5-pack in the other hand. And the cop like said something to him, and he put the open one in the empty slot in his 6-pack. Apparently that was fine. His buddy who's drinking a can, not okay. He got arrested immediately.
Yeah, well, by these statistics, law enforcement in Sturgis, Brown County are issuing at least a written warning to someone every 2 minutes.
They're just inundated. How many people go to Sturgis? Like millions?
500,000.
Why are my numbers so inflated? I thought Sturgis was at a population
Yeah.
of 25 grand. I thought 4 million people were going to Sturgis.
I
Boy,
thought,
was I wrong. Hey, that's 1 million titty tassels.
yeah, I thought Freeman Street was
Fremont,
across the
first of all.
Fremont. Whatever. I hate it here. Oh God.
Yeah, Sturgis. I don't know. Unless I open a chain of car washes in the future, I don't think I'll be going to Sturgis anytime.
How would those two things be correlated at all?
I don't know. One time I drove through Sturgis. One time I drove through Sturgis like a week before, and I saw two chicks in bikinis washing this dude's chopper, and I was like, "Oh, well, that's a good idea."
Yeah. I mean, per capita of C-section scars per people
God.
is just insane at Sturgis.
You got felony drug arrests, fatal crashes, tummy tucks.
Yeah.
The big three of Sturgis. You got to watch
Yeah.
out for.
Knock off Hell's Angels merchandise.
I just feel like, especially that Instagram reel I saw of those, like you saw the same one. These dudes literally look like they're 21, like frat bros. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. That's what they look like. There's just, I get it. It's fun. I'm sure it's a good time, and I'm sure, like at the end of the day, the biker community is not as big and bad and ugly as they come off as long as you're just a polite human towards them. I'm sure they treat you the same. But it's just one of those events where it's like you shouldn't, like, you just be so out of place. Like maybe you and I should go sometime as like a no brains no headache thing. I think that would be fun, but that would be more for journalism, for the sake of journalism, because we're journalists.
I'll just see if I can get
journal.
I'm out there wearing runs like a corgi shirt and like, see how long it takes me to get punched in the face and or killed.
Yeah, I could see Matt just getting just a cheap shot haymaker that wasn't intended for him.
It's just
like a guy is so drunk he tries to punch somebody else. The follow through, Matt, wrong place, wrong time.
The follow through is me at a bar trying to order a drink unsuccessfully, and I turn around and just take it cold clock to the face.
Or I could see like your luck. You could be like looking all day for nachos, and then finally you find a nacho vendor, and really it's just like the chips and the cheese, which is okay. But you're like going for your first nacho and clocked in the face, and then somehow the cheese and the nacho spill all over you. I could see it right now.
So I got out of my car the other day and I had some sushi, and my neighbor's dog Gary barked at me and it scared me, and I flinched and dropped my sushi and it exploded all over my driveway.
Here's the first problem with that situation. You shouldn't have leftover sushi. There should be no reason for you to be carrying sushi in from your vehicle to your home.
Oh, I just went and bought it.
Oh, so okay. So it wasn't like leftover. I'm like,
no,
leftover sushi. That doesn't really exist.
No.
I tried it once. Not great.
No. Sushi is like, you always finish it because you eat it and then 2 minutes later you're hungry.
Sushi but I was like, you got to be in the mood. And then whenever you hit that wall, like when you're done with sushi, you're done.
Yeah. So, but my sushi exploded and 6 of the 12 pieces were just laying on. The other 6 were still good. Ate those. Thought about eating the other 6 off the driveway.
Dude, I've been eating food off the floor lately, and I hate to admit it, but it's just like times are tough. And it's just like, you know what? What's the worst that's going to happen? If I get a hair in my food,
it's probably your hair.
It's probably my hair, thank you. And then it's just like, you know what? Life can't get any worse. At least I'm picking food up off the floor in my home. People would kill for that.
Yeah, got in Brooklyn Nine-Nine when he's eating a burrito in a hot tub and he drops the burrito in the hot tub and it's floating around and he just grabs it and someone's watching him like, don't eat the burrito. And he's just like, ah.
Dude, I went and got a burrito the other day. Huge mistake. The fucker fell apart on me. It was a burrito bowl.
Yeah,
I ended up going to have to get a fork. So we're gonna have a word with that new Mexican restaurant down the street called Chipotle.
Yeah, I went to Qdoba like 2 days ago, and it was like at 8 o'clock. I think they close at 9, and they were out of literally everything. My bowl consisted of a small amount of brisket, some chicken, a bunch of rice, and like shredded cheese.
Well, and it's funny because when you really break it down, it's just like because I'm not one to usually get like queso or what are the others like fried veggies or skillet veggies or
Yeah.
whatever the hell or guac. I'm not one to get any of that. So like, I'm just having a rice bowl at that point.
Yeah, and the guy who was just a real brain surgeon, I was like, "Can I get the 3 cheese nachos with chips on the side?" And he's like, "Tortillas?" And I was like, "No."
858 Qdoba locations in the United States. I was gonna say, I don't know if the listenership down here is even gonna know what Qdoba is. If they do, Poncheros, however, may be the one that they're not familiar with. Because like there's just straight up chains and stores. People like Perkins, forget about it. Nobody knows what Perkins is around here. It's like, how do you not know what Perkins is? It's legendary, but what can you do? Matt, I got conned the other day. I was trying to treat myself. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have a nice little night. I'm gonna buy a movie on Amazon Prime. Just be the proud new owner of a movie. Can watch it anytime I want. Keep it, right there, ready to rock and roll at my convenience whenever I so please. And I was having a tough time, as I was going through all my options. And finally I decided on Shawshank Redemption, right? I'm like, okay, everybody should own a version or a copy of Shawshank in some way, shape, or form. So for $14.99, I was like, I'll buy Shawshank. I get it. It's such a good movie that can just, price gouge me on it. I'm happy to pay that. But then I was like, okay, what are my purchase options? And they said, do you want the bundle pack for $19.99? We'll throw in the Green Mile. And I just got sucked right in. Kudos to Amazon Prime. They knew how to cut to the core of my buying decision. So I'm now the proud new owner of Shawshank Redemption and the Green Mile. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know you talked about this last week.
Did I do it?
Yeah,
Oh, but
100%.
did I talk about the Green Mile though?
Yeah, you got the bundle, you got the Green Mile.
No, but
Yeah.
I didn't watch the Green Mile yet.
Oh, no, you didn't watch the Green
Yeah,
Mile yet.
sorry, I was setting up. I apologize.
No.
310 episodes. I'm kind
I
of
was
retarded.
I was having major deja vu, and then I was
No,
like
sorry. I was
I was
setting
like,
it up.
"Did
Okay,
I
you guys
do
didn't.
that?" Like, you
Well,
almost incepted me into like, "Did I actually buy this?"
honestly, Matt, I don't think our listeners pay enough attention. If you wouldn't have said anything a moment ago, they would have had no clue. Anyway, so I watched The Green Mile, right? Fantastic film. It's been a while. Dude definitely has chlamydia. Tom Hanks, like he cannot tinkle without a burning sensation. It kind of it makes you like it's painful for the viewer. But it brought up an old thought, an old nostalgic thought that I had when I watched Green Mile in my younger days. Matt, is it just me, or did you think that the electric chair was going to be more of an issue when you grew up than it actually is?
Yes, I did.
Like
I
I
always
thought for sure we were all getting the electric chair, and they better wet that sponge, otherwise my brains are going to be refried beans.
I also thought it was like from the time you got convicted, it was like 30 seconds. Like they'd take you out of the courthouse right on to like right into a back room that had the electric chair. It's like 25 years sometimes before someone gets the actual chair.
Yeah, it's I agree with you 100%. I thought they had just had an extra room, like where the judge sits. I just thought like right behind them was the electric chair room. Um, so yeah, I thought for sure. I can't say when did they outlaw the electric chair. I can't say I've heard of an electric chair lately. Is it just lethal injection now? Did we move on
Um,
to advances in modern science?
I think in like Utah, you can still die of hanging, and Oregon, you can still die by the firing squad, which would be pretty nuts.
If you're listening at home, do not fact check any of that. This is concrete facts that we're spitting out here. Yeah, I just the electric chair. I thought for sure was going to be more of an issue growing up, and turns out it's not. Green Mile is great though. I highly recommend.
I thought like slipping on bananas was going to be a huge part of my life until I was like 19.
Yeah, no, it's all these myths. As a kid, you probably just think that everything's going to be a lot worse than it actually is, and you're 15 days in a cleanse, and you're like, why am I even doing this? This is stupid. Give me the
So,
electric chair if I have to go one more day sober.
so just by a breakdown of it, it's lethal injection is probably the most popular type, but right behind that is nitrogen hypoxy, which is basically you get gas chambered, which I feel like would be awesome.
I thought they outlawed that in the 1940s.
Yeah, it's never mind.
So Hitler is still contributing to modern
Yeah.
society. Great.
Yeah. Electrocution. Wow, was that tough to say? Electrocution. Why did I
Good God,
break-
man. It says welcome to Snake's Bend.
Apparently in Idaho, the firing squad is still the primary method. So kudos to them. Oklahoma has firing squad.
Is the firing squad where they all have bullets in there, or it's like 5 guns pointed at you, only one of them has the bullet?
I think it's like that now because they don't want to like have it on someone's conscience. But it used to be like you'd go in front of 30 guards with automatic weapons and you would just get pumped full of bullets. Imagine having an open casket after dying from the firing range.
Why don't we have the option of like he is sentenced to life in prison, his death sentence is just getting erased by an 18-wheeler?
I
That
think
seems
like you
short
should,
and sweet.
I think you should do it based on states. Like if you're in Arizona, you can get pushed into the Grand Canyon.
If you survive, you're a free man.
Yeah, like somewhere in Washington, you go up to the top of the Space Needle and you just get sent off.
I'm kind of for that. Or what if they had like a part above the Space Needle and they threw you on to like land on the Space Needle?
You get just a lobotomy from the top of the Space Needle.
Yeah, dude. Homeboy in Green Mile. God, does he get singed?
Yeah. Trying to think of other ones. I feel like there's got to be something in like Alaska or Montana. You just get put in a cage with a bear, and it's like if you survive for 24 hours, you're a free man. Dollars to donuts. You're getting torn apart though.
Yeah, in Montana, you just have to like go out to the mountains during grizzly mating season with honey just lathered all over you.
You have Wyoming. You have to go into like a Casper, Wyoming coal mining bar wearing some sort of Democratic t-shirt. Just getting beat to death immediately.
Wyoming, you just have to go to the top of Devil's Tower, aka the nipple of Western America, and they throw you off. There's a lot of gravity and a lot of cliffs in our scenarios of, death penalty.
I'm trying to think of other I'm like drawing a blank on like what's even in the Northeast. Like I don't even know one
Florida. State. Florida just send you out to like go far out into the Everglades.
Yeah,
and they're like, if you make it back, kudos. I'm just a gator.
Gators, bitches, better be in Jimmy's. All right, what else I got on the menu here? Oh yeah, being a redhead sucks. By the way.
Did it?
I will say
years of podcasting to realize this.
Yes, but one, people always state the obvious to me. I'll be like, I'm going out on the boat today. They're like, wear plenty of sunblock. It's like, oh, I wasn't planning on doing that at all.
I thought you were gonna say the carpet matches the drapes.
Yeah, I get that a lot too. Or like, the classic of like anything. Someone told me today I kind of look tan, and I was like, okay.
I mean, have you ever been, and I'm not making fun, I'm not poking fun right now, I'm legit asking.
Anytime someone says that, they're clearly making fun of you. I'm not making fun of you.
With all due respect.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever acquired a tan?
No, it's red and then back to white.
So is it physically impossible for you to get any shade of?
If I do a spray on tan, yes, I can get
Dude, you should
tan.
get a spray tan.
I would look like an Oompa Loompa.
Yeah,
Even
you
more like an Oompa Loompa, because I kind of look like one now.
would. Better than the Oompa Loompas in the Johnny Depp one. The Oompa Loompas from the Gene Wilder one, way better.
Yeah. But what was I gonna say?
SPF Ginge.
Yeah, I didn't think there was anyone in the world that could make redheads cool. Like Shaun White tried it, almost had it for a couple of years with the Flying Tomato. We're back to being bullied. I think Pete Crow Armstrong might have it in the conversation because since Pete Crow Armstrong has started to blow up,
No.
I've been getting a ton of chicks.
First of all, that's not true. Second of all, Pete Crow Armstrong dyed his hair blonde.
Yeah. Well,
And put
first
blue
of all,
stars in it. I thought you were gonna say Ed Sheeran. If you're gonna get pussy,
No.
it's gonna be through Ed.
no.
Isn't
I
he a
haven't
dude?
been getting chicks, but it's not because of my red hair, it's my personality.
And you're ready.
And my red hair, but it's more about my personality now than it ever has been.
Like 55-45.
No, it's like a good 58-42. Like
It's a 58-47.
Yeah.
The math's not mathing.
Yeah, but I think that PCA is really making a name for the Redheads because I think his longevity is just going to serve great for me on a personal level.
So if I'm getting this correctly, two of the best players in baseball, but we'll just go with the NL for the sake of argument. Are you telling me that gingers and Asians are on the come up right now with Shohei Ohtani?
Yes.
I don't like that.
Well, Shaun White kind of had it, and then he went as Simple Jack for Halloween and got canceled, and it's
Why
been
can't you do
downhill.
Simple Jack? It's a character from a movie.
It's also a retarded character from a movie.
What if you did Robert Downey Jr. character from Tropic Thunder? What do you mean?
That's just blackface.
I don't see the issue.
Okay, riddle me this. How can like bodybuilders do the such dark spray tan that like white bodybuilders look the same color as black people and it's not blackface?
That's what I'm saying. If your intention is just like dress up or like Halloween, the whole like, oh, Indian feathers, your cultural appropriation. It's like we're actually celebrating what you are. I'm dressing up as an Indian, a Native American, because I think it's cool. It's cool enough that the fact that I want to dress up for it for Halloween. And now you're saying I'm a racist for dressing up as a Native American person for Halloween. It's like, well, actually, I'm trying to celebrate that fact. I think it's cool enough that I'm willing to put the feathers on.
Yeah. Did you see? Do you remember when Elizabeth Warren claimed to be Native American and she was like the whitest lady ever? And then she took a DNA test, 0% Native American. But then people started photoshopping her into like the Battle of Little Bighorn running up the hill with the Native Americans.
Elizabeth Warren is one of those people that you can just take one good look at. You can hear a 10-second audio clip of her talking, and you just know she's off her rocker.
Oh yeah.
Like it's one of those. Last time I checked, you dress up for Halloween as a costume that you want, like you think is cool and you like. Do you think I'm dressing up as Hulk Hogan because I think he's a douchebag? No, I think he's cool. He says, "Hell yeah, brother." It's yellow. There's feathers. It got sunglasses. Like I never understood that.
Hulk Hogan's favorite pastime, saying the N-word.
That's also why I dressed up as an American hero. Yeah, I don't know. It's stupid. What if people dressed up as gingers?
Like I dressed up as someone that was a ginger last year. I went as Chucky Finster.
Okay, I'm talking about non-gingers. Like, say I dress up as Napoleon Dynamite. Do we have an issue with that? Because
Yes, I do
is
personally.
ginger a race? Did we ever come to a conclusion there?
No, I don't think it is. It's a hair color and it comes from multiple races.
How are the Jewish people a race? How does that work?
I was just gonna say something that I could not come back from.
I'm asking the hard hitting questions here on No Brains No Headache episode 310. That's what we do. I ask the hard questions.
Well,
Do I
let's
get
go. Let's go.
answers? Rarely.
Let's go to Chat GPT. But
Yeah.
first of all, the last thing I did put into Chat GPT, based on the lowest IQ of restaurant workers. Number 1, McDonald's, 2, Burger King, 3, Taco Bell, 4, KFC, 5, Sonic. And in the upset of the century, Arby's is number 10.
My last 4 Chat GPT searches were iMessage delivery issues, battery issues in Highlander. Had a little bit of a car battery issue.
Well, it'd be weird if you didn't. Like, I was just looking forward to the future.
The Green Mile synopsis. I had to go scene to scene. I hate it when you look up a movie synopsis and then it just pretty much spoils the whole movie, like 2 paragraphs in. You're like, I thought that this would be in chronological order. No, I have to go scene by scene for the Green Mile. There's just a lot of moving parts. And then, 30-day alcohol cleanse effects that I went over last week, and Matt promptly fell asleep.
Oh, Jewish people are not a race.
What? I've been lied to this whole time? What am I thinking? Like anti-Semitism.
That's Jewish people. It's not racist. That's
What is it then?
ethnic cleansing.
What's that? I'm just saying, Matt, maybe you need to take a stand for the redheads of America and the world and say, hey, we don't really appreciate calling us fire crotch. I don't appreciate you. If I say I'm going out on the water, you should say, hey, have fun. Where you going? Not you're going to wear sunblock, right?
Yeah.
Just saying, you're getting discriminated against on the basis of your hair color. And in modern day America, it's a no. Can't be doing that.
Yeah.
I went paddleboarding the other day.
Finally came out as gay.
Yeah, I'm officially gay.
Self 5.
It's interesting going for a swim at dusk, and it is still 105 degrees out.
Is
water-
dusk the nighttime one or the
Yep.
morning one?
Okay,
What's
dawn would be the morning one,
And a dish soap.
and the name of my boss. You also have
Dusk.
dusk, name of my subordinate.
That'd be the worst fucking name on the planet.
Instead of dusty, it's dusky. I don't like that. But yeah, I innovated a new idea. I put a chair on the paddleboard, and let me tell you, sketchy as hell. Okay. I almost fell into the water several times. And
Did you
I was
have
at
it,
the
like-
point of no return.
What do you mean that? What do you mean point of no return on paddleboarding?
So I paddled from the starting point, kind of went like through the lake and the marina, like over to another beach, just kind of paddling around, no rhyme or reason to it. Took a little break on the beach, walked around a little bit, and then I brought my Helinox chair, which is just an ultralight, like camping, hiking chair.
Use the code Jordan20 for 20% off your heel lock chairs.
That would be sweet. I should start getting some sponsorships here soon. But I brought it with me with the intention. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this out. Like it's very light. I kind of have a bigger chair. There's smaller versions which I would recommend. But I was at the point of no return is I set up my chair and then I launched from that beach. And then like I pretty much had to So I don't even know how he did it, but I pretty much had to get on my board and sit down immediately without like teetering either way. And I was able to do that, but then I realized like once I got on my chair, like it was sketchy. Like any slight movement, muscle flinch. And I'm also paddling, mind you, so I'm like, a lot of motion on the ocean. And yeah, once I started paddling away from the shore, I'm like, I can't get off of this until I get back to another shore. And it was like, I don't know, like 3/4 of a mile paddle back to where
Yeah.
we started. So yeah, it was just like there was no way I could have gotten off that without just capsizing and just
Yeah.
falling into the water,
See,
which wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world, but
you used the word innovative to describe this earlier, and you essentially just made a less convenient kayak.
I made a kayak with a higher chair.
Yeah, you made an unstable kayak.
Dude, it was awesome. Okay. I was really proud of it. I thought of it. Turns out you have to be exactly center on these things, and I was not. I was leaning hard right. Um, and yeah, so I had to do that. But check out my Instagram. It was awesome. I was really proud of it. Took some pics. Thought it was hilarious. Going for a swim at nighttime, essentially 100 plus degrees. Never experienced anything like that.
Yeah. I found out maybe one of my least favorite humans on the planet are kids under the age of 18 that their parents bought them very nice jet skis and they just rip around on them. And Disney adults. Um I don't understand it, to be fair. I understand liking like a Toy Story or a Mulan as but like
That's my favorite and your favorite.
yeah, that's kind of why I said it. But like, could you imagine what would be the worst slash funniest job that a person could be a Disney adult doing that you witness? I'll give you an example. You're laying on the table about to have surgery. In comes your anesthesiologist, head to toe Finding Nemo gear. You have to assume that you're dying on the table, right?
Yes, that's a really good one. I think any high stakes, high performing job, because my immediate thought was, say you get into some legal trouble and you're meeting at your attorney's office. So you're not in court, and like in my eyes, usually lawyers, they're always really just really nice because they're usually like making an appearance in court or probably some sort of very important meeting almost every day. However, if you're a lawyer and your name is on the desk, on the business card, on the law firm, you can dress however you want. So say you get into some pretty gnarly trouble, let's just say murder for the sake of the situation here. You go in for your consultation, if you will, with your lawyer, and homeboy walks in wearing Mickey Mouse ears because he just got back from Disney.
I was just thinking your attorney rolls into the courtroom dressed fully like Aladdin, and you're just like, God damn it.
I mean, that would be a contempt in court. Is it contempt in court or contempt of court? Or is it any of what I just
I
said?
hope I never have to know, if I'm being honest.
But I'm just saying, like, say you're living in the area near Disneyland or Disney World, and like say it's a less major crime than murder. You're just trying to get some legal advice.
Yeah.
And you're in the conference room waiting, and homeboy has a custom made Disney World 2026 shirt that his wife clearly made in her Cricut but didn't quite understand how to iron it on properly. And then he's got the Mickey Mouse ears.
I just imagine
Let's just plead guilty.
like an oil field worker like doing the heavy labor of spinning it, and he's just wearing like a Mike Wazowski hat.
There was a Pikachu or a Pokemon release lately, and like the Burger King hats, the crowns, they had like Pikachu ones. So it was this big yellow thing and his big tall ears. That could be another daunting thing to see your lawyer walk into your consultation with. He's just wearing a Pikachu cardboard hat that he got at the release for free. Disney adults questionable.
Your janitor at your high school is just quietly humming Moana songs, and you're like, oh god.
Or Frozen.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Go. Let it go.
I still haven't seen Frozen.
Oh, it's a fucking banger of a movie. Unbelievable, actually.
I don't know. Maybe if they would have offered that in the package deal, I would have thought about it.
Yeah, you know, your package deal comes with Shawshank Redemption, Green Mile, and Frozen 1 and 2.
Maybe Amazon Prime needs to do that. Obviously, Green Mile and Shawshank Redemption are like, let's just face facts here. They're pretty much the same movie. Haywood is in both of the movies. It's about prison. There's a freaking miracle performed. It's the same movie. So yeah, they go hand in hand.
Imagine this. You walk into your mechanic's shop. Your car is completely broken. The guy comes out wearing a shirt that is 4 sizes too small and his boiler's hanging out, and it's a Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
I thought you were gonna say, imagine you go to the mechanic shop and he's like, you can clearly see he's watching Shawshank Redemption, and he's like, I'll be with you once this movie's done, and it's just opening credits. Just got a 3-hour wait time. Honestly, if that happened, I would probably take a seat and just watch the movie with them.
Imagine being told you have cancer by someone wearing 101 Dalmatians tie.
I like the piano, the keyboard tie, like Mugatu made in Zoolander. It's legendary. I was just thinking, like, if I own some sort of mechanic shop or some sort of business where there is a waiting room required, I think I'm just buying the package deal of Green Mile and Shawshank, and I'm cycling through them on repeat. I mean, you basically have to watch, like, if you watch each of those in a day, there's 6 hours right there, and your people are going to be entertained. There might be people hanging out in your waiting room just to watch the movie. We've all done it.
Yeah, when there was like a good movie on actually the bar I go to like every Friday always has 2 TVs that are on like TNT and usually the other one's on like some sort of like sci-fi channel or something, so it has like Transformers on. But then TNT always has like, I think Air Force 1 was on last Friday.
Yeah, and you're just balls deep focused into Air Force 1.
I accidentally watched the end of Homeward Bound and started crying last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When Shadow comes running over the kids, it's like, he's too old. And he comes over and then in his dog voice, and the guy's like, Peter. Yeah.
Yeah, when you haven't seen it for a while and then like you hear the human voiceover of the animals, it doesn't really hit the same.
It hit me the same because woof, I was a puddle.
I think you need to get a Homeward Bound t-shirt, graphic tee.
I will order that right now.
Do it. Let's wrap up with just a little bit of sports talk and then we can get out of here. Once again, thank you for listening. Episode 310, No Brains, No Headache. Give us a follow. Go over to your favorite socials. Tell a friend about it. You know, send one of our reels to them. You know, send a meme, if you will, about No Brains, No Headache. Tell a family member about this lovely show. We'd greatly appreciate it. Matt, this is a hypothetical for you, but MLB trade deadline has come and gone. So for the most part, all the rosters are set, except for when they expand, you know, you're going to bring up a few more people from your minor league system or what have you off of the IL. The LA Dodgers, World Series favorites, 2-8 in their last 10. Is it crazy of me to think how funny would it be if they missed the playoffs?
I would be like, there would need to be some sort of We Are Marshall situation for them to.
That's what I was kind of thinking.
Yeah, they'd have to lose like every single game from here on out. I think it'd be funny if they didn't win their division because I think they have like a 12-game lead on their division.
Let me pull it up. I know for wild card's sake, I think they're like somewhere within like 6 or 10 games, somewhere in that stretch. So I mean, it's not like improbable for them to It could happen. Let's see. The Dodgers have a 7.5 game lead over the Diamondbacks in the NL West. So it's not crazy.
God, the AL's so fucking bad.
Dude, the AL is terrible. I want to say they have also just a 7 or 8 game from their current spot to being out of the wild card. It's not crazy to think. I mean, 2-8 in their last 10. That's not great for this, but is it the classic Dodgers where they're like, we don't give a shit, we're gearing up for October?
Yeah, we don't give a shit. We're gonna get Tony or no, is it Tony Snell?
Tony Ohtani, Blake.
Well, they're gonna
Snell.
get Snell, Glass now back. They'll get
Blake Snell, Tyler Glass now.
Blake Snell. Who's Tony Snell? That's an NBA player from the early 2000s.
That's Chad Billingsley's cousin.
God, I feel like Tony Snell had like a part in 9/11 or something. Actually, Tony Snell is still an active NBA player.
No way.
Oh, never mind. He's playing in France.
Oh, never mind. He's just a Disney adult.
Yeah, he played in Sioux Falls, South Dakota for 1 year, and then he hit rock bottom and just went overseas.
But I mean, that's just my hypothetical. I would love to see the Dodgers. I know it's such a reach for them to not make the playoffs, but 2-8 in their last 10. I mean, that's not great. If they kind of keep on this trend, they could still probably win their division with just a dog shit record. I very well could see the 3 seed in the NL have a worse record than the top 2 wild card spots.
Tony Snell took his son in to get evaluated for having autism, and the doctor diagnosed him with autism.
The old backfire.
And his son. Double whammy.
Does the carpet match the drapes?
I don't
Yeah,
think
that's
that
all I
works
got.
with autism.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
But 2 weeks from today, Cubs come down to Phoenix, so I'll be going to the series. I'm gonna have to give a recap after the fact because we're probably gonna have to record ahead of time because normal recording time I will be at the Cubs game. I'm going to all 3 games of the series. Super excited about it. Hopefully, just have a great time. I found a lead, and I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I found a lead on $4 tickets.
Are they in the parking lot? Is it just for parking?
I got a hell of a deal. Rooftop. You're gonna have a hell of a view of the stadium. It's just a rooftop of the parking garage, so you don't even get shade. You're just still in the blistering sun.
Like that one time we went to the Twins Cubs series. We walk into our hotel. Guy at front desk is like, go up to the 3rd floor balcony. You could see right into the stadium. I'm like, okay, first of all, the 3rd floor is not tall enough to see in the stadium. We get to the 3rd floor and you're just staring into a brick wall.
There's like a small patio that kind of leads into the stadium. It's just, it was a brick wall and a smoker's lounge. It's like, you're going to have a wonderful view of the game.
That's when I got so drunk that the guy thought I had a disability and walked me up to my room.
I was going to say, was that the time that we had Aperol spritzes and puked them up? But that was
no, that was another time. And I don't think I puked those up. Maybe the next morning.
I did.
You ate everyone's oranges, didn't drink your Aperol spritz, and then threw up a bunch of oranges.
I didn't feel good.
Okay, let's get out of here.
Thanks for listening.
No